everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching, and today we're going to do a reading on Bob Saget, the famous actor from Full House. If you remember that from the 90s, my mom used to love watching that show. I didn't particularly like it, but I do know about it, and I did catch a couple of episodes, and I thought he was a funny person. I've seen him in on stage in comedy clubs, and I think he's hilarious, and the whole ensemble cast was pretty cool. But he died recently, about 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. I think he was on tour, and he died alone in his hotel bedroom, and the examiner said that he died because he had a bump in the back of his head. They thought he had fallen and hit his head somewhere, and then he laid down and he died. And now it's come out that the type of bump or the damage to his skull was much more than it could have been just a plain fall on a slip in the tub or hit his head on a nightstand in a hotel. They think it could have been. What they're saying is that the amount of force on the crush of the skull and in the different places in the skull is almost as if he'd fallen out of a high building, fell out on the ground, or he was in a motorcycle accident or a car accident, or maybe he fell on a flight of stairs. But whatever, the point of the matter is not just a simple he fell and slipped kind of sort of death, they believe. So now people are asking to do more investigations. See, well, what happened to this guy? He was popular, he was on the move, COVID had hit him, but he was recovering from it. So what actually happened to him in that bedroom, and why are the police able to determine what happened? And now the family has asked the coroners to block any more evidence of his reason behind his death from leaking, so they don't want any more information coming out. So now people think there's something very fishy going on, because the amount of trauma to his skull was much more than a fall, and people want to know, well, what happened to him? Nobody would want that to happen to their family member and not know exactly what happened, if all possible. So we're going to do a reading on that and see if there was some foul play involved in that, or was it just simple an accident. So let's get reading these cards, y'all. So the cards we're going to use today, people, is going to be the Sherlock Holmes Tarot. A little bit of investigation going on here. Okay, so here are the cards. We're going to throw out 3 cards. One card is going to be what was happening on the tour. He was just starting out. He had a lot more cities on his list to hit. So let's see, how did he think the tour was going? Let's throw out one card. So that's the card. What was any complications or challenges he was facing on this tour? What challenges was he facing on this tour? What challenges that could have impacted what happened to him, or whether it was health or someone else or whatever was impacting this tour that led to his death? Okay, that's the challenge. And then what was the result of his death? What caused his death is the question. What caused his death? What caused Bob Saget's death? What was the actual cause? Was it person? Was it accident? Was it a mistake? Was it a cover-up? Just one card, please. Okay. Here's our cards. So we're going to pull them down for you to read the 3. Okay. So what we have here is the World. So this is how he was feeling about the tour. He's reading the newspaper. He feels like he's doing pretty well. He's traveling a lot. There's security behind him. It looks like, if you look and see, but let's see what this says. Final weakness, the Empire. So he's trying to build, this is his last leg of the thing that he wanted to do. He's in this, 65 years old? So it's his final weakness, the Empire. So he's reading the newspaper. He's looking at the events that's happening, so he can have a, before they go out, these comedians go out, they already have the material. But he's still keeping abreast of what's happening in the news. But 21 is the World card. So he's feeling like this is what he really wants to do, that he's having, he's very intense. He's very studious when it comes to his talent, what he's doing, and he's very intent on making it work. But there's a lot of travel going on as well. Okay. Now, what's crossing? What was the challenge? The Hound of Baskervilles. 18 is the moon. So I see the gun, and they're hunting something. Like they're hunting and scouting out this dog. So 18 is the moon. I don't see the moon in here, but this is the moon card. It's our major arcana. And it's about the unknown. It's about the shadow secrets, deception, insecurity. So maybe somebody was so maybe, well, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but to me, there's a possibility that somebody was chasing him down, or maybe somebody was on the lookout for him for some reason. Okay. And then the 7 of Swords is reversed. This is the 7 of Swords right side up. And this is it. Is reversed. Punishment, getting caught, trying to make things right. Maybe he had an argument with somebody. Maybe, see, we're starting out with the reading the newspaper, and we're ending with the papers being thrown in the air. Was there issues with the show? Was there issue with the tour? Did he get in an argument with somebody? Maybe a manager or someone else. Or maybe he didn't get paid, or something altercation happened and somebody got upset and chased him down and hit him. Beat him up maybe. Maybe not beat him, but not beat him up, but hit him. Because if he was in a car accident, why would he just go back and lay down? If he fell down the stairs and really hurt himself, why would he go just lay down? There was no, I don't think the way they were saying there was blood all over the place. Like they were just saying they said when they found him, he was in a bad sleep. So did somebody put him back in the bed? And if that's so, how did the cops not see this? So who would have a vendetta against him if he didn't get in an argument? Was it a setup? Was somebody sent to kill him? I mean, could his wife have wanted a divorce? And even though they looked like a loving couple on the internet all the time, somebody could send people to kill people because they want a divorce. And there's some crazy people out there. Or is it just something that was monetarily or financial? I don't see any financial cards in here. Swords, it was a strategy. Somebody was planning to hurt him. Someone was tracking him and watching him. They covered it up. Newspaper covered up. Somebody, it's a possibility. Either someone killed him and it's covered up, or the cops covering up their blunders and finding out what was wrong with what happened to him. So let's go one more card. Let's see. I'm just going to read on his wife. How about that? What kind of relationship did they have? You can appear loving-dovey all on the YouTube channel, but how was their relationship? How was Bob Saget in relationship with his wife? Let's see. The victim conspiracy. This guy got stabbed look at this card. This guy got stabbed in the back and holding his shirt. He's got stabbed from behind. The victim conspiracy. So, could it have been a love gone wrong and she set him up and hired somebody to kill him? Was there any other bad relationships in his suspect relationships in his life, like management or with the hotel? It was just an innocent, something just innocently happened. No, the shadow conspiracy. No, someone has been watching him and setting him up and lurking in the shadows. I don't know if it was his wife. I'm just saying somebody set him up. He was set up. Someone intended to kill him, maybe hired to kill him, tracking him down, covering it up. It was a strategy and thought about before it happened. or business deal gone wrong. But I don't see money in here. And show me the culprit. Man or woman, child. Or nature. That was behind. Dang. Man, woman, or child behind Bob Saget's death. Was it a male? Was it him? Was it a female? Was it just nature? Something that accidentally happened? Okay, well, here we go. This is the card that came out. It is a 3 of Swords, reversed. Painful. There was stress, there was separation and suffering, and there was heartache. Could have been an affair. Could have been somebody who was with his wife who wanted him out of the picture. Or the 2 people who had him killed. Somebody's being killed. Y'all see that, right? It was reversed. Three separate card decks. All leading to, there's a conspiracy for this victim. It was planned. Someone was waiting in the shadows. This card says someone's waiting in the, so here you go. 2 cards waiting in, waiting in the shadows. See how they even look similar? It's a 2 separate card decks. Stabbed. 2 separate card decks. So that is my reading as far as I can tell based on what the cards are telling me. There was foul play. Someone set him up. It could have been his wife. It could have been a lover. It could have been a business partner. Somebody who just had an issue with him. But it was not natural. He did not just bump his head. The coroner's report is saying there was more than just that. The actual results, everybody's talking about it. All doctors and head trauma doctors are saying it. What they saw in the results of his examination, the medical examination, is that it was much more than just a fall. He had his skull had fractures in the front, the side, and the back. So it looks like he was set up, followed. Maybe somebody he knew, maybe somebody he didn't know, but he was followed, hit, attacked, and then placed in his bed as though he had died in his sleep. And now we know he didn't die in his sleep. And now we know it was more intensive than what they said it was. So that's my reading for today. I don't normally do these types of readings, but I thought it was very important just because when he first died, I kind of even felt like, hey, there's something wrong with that. What? They're saying now they're saying he had COVID, and he said this and that, and I was like, something's wrong with this situation. So I did a reading on it, and I really do think there's some foul play. That is my opinion. That is what I'm reading. We will just watch the news and see what comes out. All right. If you want to read with me, Ascension Soul Coaching at gmail.com, and please like, share, and hit the notification bell. And I will talk to you all later. Blessings.